Going on, guys? Well, I've had a chance to spend some time with this 2019 Yamaha R1. I love it. I understand why you guys like it so much. And since I've got a little bit of extra time to play with this bike, what I wanted to do is I wanted to put together a little bit of an instructional video for you guys. Really, it's more along the lines of that practice series of videos where it's so important to get out there and practice and get to know your machine. And so in this case, we're going to be talking about braking. So we're out here at Stubbs Harley Davidson and Stubbs Cycles in the back lot. You can see the MSF course back here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a series of stops with you guys and explain why it's so important that you practice this drill. It doesn't have to be every time you ride, but it is something that you want to keep in mind. So let's go ahead and get this thing fired up. It's just an excuse to hear that exhaust note a little bit more. And let's get going. So one of the things with guys that you've got to be careful with is anytime you're on the brakes, making sure that you are focused as to where you need to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up kind of slow, 20 miles an hour, hit this line, and we're hitting the brakes. Not hammering on the brakes, just kind of barely hitting the brakes. But what I'm doing is I'm not looking at the line. I'm looking where I want to go. So we're going to do that again. And you'll see that what I'll be doing is I'll be looking ahead, not looking at the line. I know where I want to stop. A little bit faster this time. And I'm looking ahead, now I'm looking through my exit. Anytime you're on the brakes, you don't want to look at the why that you're stopping. You want to look at the where you want to go. We're going to try that again just a little bit faster. This time, we're going to come into it pretty hard and we're going to trail brake out of this. So we're going to come into it a little bit harder, brake, and then we're going to slowly let off the brake, and now we're off the brake entirely. And what we're doing now is we're practicing trail braking in a very controlled environment. And this is so important because it will develop the habit of looking where you want to go while you're on the brake. So we're going to do that again. We're going to go this way to the right. We're on the brakes, trailing off the brakes, and now back on the power. So what we're doing is as we come in, we're on the brakes, trailing off of brake pressure as we turn, looking where we want to go. We'll do that one last time. Just a straight on brake, a lot faster this time. Hard on the brake, looking exactly where you want to go, not down in front of you. This drill will teach you, or to help you, not actually target fixate. And target fixating is what happens when you find a spot and you just hyper focus. That's not what you want to do. You want to be looking for your exit. Another thing that this drill is going to do, and it's best that we do this in a controlled environment, is to keep from the dreaded whiskey throttle. In panic stops, what can happen is a guy goes to grab the throttle or grab the brake, but you accidentally hit the throttle because you're panicking and you squeeze and you've got just all this adrenaline going through. You got yourself in a situation you're not used to being in. And what this drill will allow you to do is roll off the throttle as you are progressively pulling in brake. Another thing that it'll do is it teaches you to cover your brake lever. Slowly applying brake, fully off the brake, and see how we're covering the brake lever here. Just like that, we're making sure that we are getting comfortable with our hand position covering that brake. And some guys 2 fingers, some guys 1. Don't necessarily have to have a whole set of hand on it, but I think you get the idea. So it's a fun little drill. It seems like it would be a little bit of a basic, right? But it's the fundamentals that are so important. So one last time, coming up on it nice and hard. Hard on the brake, looking where we want to go, trailing off brake. And there you go, guys. So hopefully that helps you guys out. Small little drills like this, they don't seem like they're all that challenging, but they can, and you can make them challenging along the way. But the main thing is to get to know your machine, know how that machine is going to feel under hard braking situations. Remember that the drill is there to exercise your skill set as much as it is to help develop it. Both are going to be working in concert, and it's just such a fun thing to do with the bike. This is what I like to do. Usually before I do a riding review, I'll do that with these bikes, gets them warmed up, gets the juices flowing, and it gets me familiar with the bike, setting up the clutch lever, throttle if I need to, all of that. So a little bit of a kind of a step behind the scenes, but a great kind of a get to know you type of a drill that you should always employ when you get a chance. So with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I've got to turn this bike in. I think I'm going to take it out for a little bit of a scoop before I do. But with that, guys, if you made it this far, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It helps the channel a ton. And with that, that's a wrap. Y'all take care.